On language acquisition, no, on knowledge acquisition as language acquisition, no, on language acquisition as knowledge acquisition. Ugh, I'm just got a bunch of stuff from Walmart, and I'm walking down Tijuana streets. But I was thinking about this concept, like how do you learn something? Let's say you want to learn Python, right? Take off these headphones. I'll throw them here. Okay, you learn Python, right? And you're gonna go from beginning to end how to write Python. Python. You will same with C++ or whatever you want. And like imagine you learn Spanish. You're gonna go through Spanish, like days of the week, colors, um, days of the weeks, colors, stuff like that. You know, every single part of months. Uh, part you will like this part of the language, like this part of the language, and this part of the language, and this part of the language. You will learn it like that. But imagine how children learn, like babies learn. Um, you learn like to survive, right? Because you learn the expectations that your parents have of you, um, so that they will not punish you. Like put down those plates, or I don't know, do the dishes, or pick up that laundry, or whatever. You learn it because there's certain things that need to be done or that you are expected to do, and then you do them because you're expected to do those things. And so um, you can't it's not like your language is being taught to you, like, oh, okay, so this part of your language is this and this, and you learn it thoroughly, and then this other part, no, no, it's all like right now, today, right now, in this moment, what am I expected to know to survive? And then that's what you learn. Now, as an adult, this is silly because you're not fighting for your survival anymore. You already got that part done, right? Well, I mean, in any case, but what you are doing is, let's say I want to learn how to do something. And this is how a lot of hackers learn coding. Like they never like just went through a book beginning to end and okay, I'm going to learn these pieces part by part. No, it's like I want to hack this. I want to hack this. What do I need to know in order to hack it? Well, in order to hack it, well, I'll just learn that and that, but I will learn that in the context of what are these lines of code, and I'm gonna understand these lines of code. Like, okay, this line means this as a whole. This line does this. Okay, but what those smaller parts means? What does pseudo mean? Because it starts with pseudo, of course. And what does negative r mean? What does this mean? What do these lines of code mean? And I mean, those are terminal commands, but the point, if you're gonna use the terminal, you're gonna use it for figuring out, like, using programs to do the things that you want to do. So you end up learning what those small pieces of code also mean. And so it's like, oh, okay, so if I modify this part, then I get this other result. So, but it comes from you, comes from deep within you, that desire to learn exactly what this part is. Not like, okay, we're gonna memorize the colors: white, black, red, green, blue, yellow, and we're gonna memorize those exactly. It's like you don't give a fuck about yellow, you don't give a fuck about red, you don't. It's like I don't care. There's nothing I want to use these things for, but you just go through a step through by step process in learning a language. Whereas when you learn it as a child, you learned it instead as a step by step, not as a step by step. You learn it as a usefulness. I need to know exactly what I need to know what I need for my survival. And so if you move this to like, okay, what if you learn the language like that? Like instead of learning, let's say, German through, okay, these are the days of the week, these are the numbers, etc., and you're gonna memorize them. No, no, you learn them through the you what you actively want to know. To me, it's easy. I want to learn the classic philosophical texts, so I'll just grab, let's say, Nietzsche, and then you'll go the book, one of the books of him, in German. I'll put on the table, and I'll start in the beginning. What does this word mean? What does this word mean? What does this word mean? There's interest, and eventually the words repeat themselves. If you read the Bible or an ancient Greek text, the word kai is, how many words the times the word kai is mentioned in the Bible? Like 9,000 something, 9,000 times or so. The word kai means and, this and that. So if it's mentioned 9,000 times, um, then it's a useful word to just learn. And there's some methods where they just go like, okay, well, we're gonna learn these 300 words that are the most common in the Bible because that's what we want to learn to know and to read. So we'll learn these 300 words, memorize them, and then we'll read the Bible as we go. And then that's it, because what these people want to do is just read the Bible. That's what they want to do. So learning something, can be that. It's like, what do you want to learn that for? Do you want to learn German for like going out with girls in Germany? Okay, then learn for that. You want to learn coding because you want to do hacking? Okay, then learn for that. um, you can learn vastly more, far superior amounts of knowledge through this type of learning specifically for a use scenario, a use case, specifically for your desires, than than uh, than by some type of standardized method nonsense, just one size fits all package. No,